Well, we're about a month in to the MLB season at this point, and it's time. The first roster update is coming this Friday, and there's a lot of guys that are going to get upgrades, and it's going to net you a ton of stubs. And that's what we're talking about today. A lot of players. This list took a while, so if you could leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And let's get into it. So a quick refresher again. The thing with roster updates, you're buying cards, you're investing for them to go up in overall and in turn up in price. See Corbin Burns. If he goes to Diamond, his minimum value will go up to 3,000 at an 85 overall card. And that's untaxed at quick sell value. Here's the full calendar that you guys can see right here. And yeah, I do think Corbin's going to get up to Diamond. He's been pitching really well. He's got a 9K per 9, which could be due for a bit of an upgrade, but the biggest contributor is that 200 opponent batting average. I think there's plenty there to get him up to Diamond, and right now there's 600 stubs to be made approximately per every Corbin Burns that you get. As you'd probably expect, there's a flurry of Oriole hitters that are going to get big buffs, and first off, Gunnar Henderson, I'll say he's a guaranteed 84 with an 85 Diamond possibility. Right now going for only 1180. If he gets that 84, you're going to be guaranteed stubs again. He's crushing righties. He just needs to do better against lefties. His teammate, the Milkman, Colton Cowser, supercharged recently, and he's going to get a super boost. I'll say a +5-ish, destroying both righties and lefties. Not gold quite yet. He'll get up to about a mid-tier silver, and gold is definitely within reach a little bit later on. We'll talk Cedric Mullins right here. I'll say gold, all he needs is a point, and as you see with the inside edge boost, he doesn't need much to get up to the 80. He's like a 79.8 overall. He hits righties very well. Lefties, not so much, but I think the clutch could be the determining factor. As a Twins fan, I remember the walk-off home run that he hit. Finally, round things off with Jordan Westburg. Big +4-ish move into the upper silver tier. He's on great track to get silver. He's just got to keep it up. That's a big thing. It's the first update. It's been a month, but it's only been a month. And this is typically a 3-year span that they look at to determine ratings with higher precedence on what recently happened, of course. So that's kind of how they factor in overalls, and that's what I think is going to happen with Baltimore. Boston should be getting a handful of upgrades too. Tristan Casas, we'll talk about him, plus a couple. He's hit lefties much better than he was last year so far, so I think 77, 78 overall would be a good spot for him. But again, with guys like Casas, you have to remember it's always going to be tough for them to move up too high because the fielding is just so bad, you know what I mean? Tyler O'Neill, he did go down on the IL, but he got off to a great start, hitting for a high average, hitting a bunch of home runs. So I don't think he's going to get too high of an upgrade, but we'll say a 77-ish. So if you have him, I would definitely hold on to him. And once he gets back, if he keeps this up, he'll definitely get up to that gold and maybe even push diamond because his defense is higher. Tanner Houck has been great. He's been so good. He was recently supercharged. A +4 to mid-silver, only allowed 2 walks in over 26 innings pitched, while maintaining a pretty good K per 9 and opponent batting average rate. And it looks like he does pitch tonight as well, so it could be even higher. Yeah, it could potentially be lower. It depends. And then Cutter Crawford, his teammate, been one of the best pitchers in baseball. A mind-boggling 163 opponent batting average through 27 innings pitched with 30 strikeouts. He is allowing some walks, but he'll get there, and he'll get silver. That's my prediction right now. Juan Soto should come as no surprise, due for an upgrade. Diamonds are always a bit weird. Again, refer back to the calendar earlier in the video. But again, Juan Soto, he's already good offensively. He'll get better. He's got an OPS around 1,000, but the fielding and defense, and speed at a position like the outfield makes it tough for him to get too high up in the rating system. Clay Holmes, he's back with a scoreless inning streak. 2022 all over again. He'll get gold for sure. News flash, if the Cardinals let go of an outfielder, Get him. Another one bites the dust. Richie Palacios is looking pretty damn good with the Rays so far. I'll say +2 to silver. He's on a great track right now. So I definitely invest long-term in him. And then we've also got Ahmed Rosario. Just your casual Tampa Bay restoration project working once again. We'll have him also get up to 75. We'll say silver. He's hitting 360. For the Blue Jays, we'll start off with Dalton Varsho, only going for 360. He's hit, I think, what, 5 home runs, 6 home runs. I don't know if he'll sustain that amount of power. We'll see. But for right now, he's absolutely going to get up into the gold threshold. And we'll see. He's got the defense to propel him even further on from there. So a good investment. Jose Barrios, I like him getting up to gold for sure. The market's already there on him. He needs to get the strikeouts back up, and we could potentially talk diamond long term. Justin Turner, he's like a fine wine. He just does not. Well, he gets better with age. But at the same time, it seems like he does not age. He's just been so good for so long. He'll get gold right here for sure. He's been really killing it lately. Also, a couple pitchers. Jaime Garcia, not going for a lot. I think he'll get a +3. Let's just look at the stats. What did I pull? A whip at .35 while striking out a lot and walking almost nobody. He's going to get a nice boost. And Issei Kikuchi, talk about an O-face right there, bud. +3. Ever since about mid-season last year, he's really turned it around, and he's been great for Toronto. I know it's been tough, White Sox fans. We'll talk an upgrade. Garrett Crochet, last 2 starts-ish haven't been quite as good, but overall, he still had a pretty damn great start to 2024. He struck out 34 in 25 and 2/3 innings pitched with an opponent batting average at .208, while just allowing 6 walks. Great stuff. I'll say like a 77, maybe 78 for Crochet right now. Definitely on a good little spin. We got Josh Naylor. I'm going to say diamond. He's not striking out, about a 14% K rate right now, which is pretty damn good. He's destroying lefties. 2 homers, 5 extra base hits in 22 plate appearances, carrying, again, a strong OPS against righties. I think he's done more than enough. Give him diamond. And there's plenty of room to invest at only $23.80 right now. I like that a lot. We're looking at Steven Kwan, who is showing some power, and he's hitting 350. By power, I mean he's hit 2 home runs, but a guy that hits 5 a year, that's pretty good. I'm going to have Kwan moving up to gold right here. Love what the Guardians have been doing, of course, as the best team in baseball, at least by record. And Nick Sandlin as well, not going to cover him too much, but that hit 9 is just going to keep going up. That opponent batting average is looking really, really strong. Another diamond, Tarek Skubal for the Motor City Kitties. He's only at 2,100 stubs right now. Great price. 162 opponent batting average, 35 Ks, 5 walks, and 30 innings pitched. Yeah, give it to him. He deserves the blue. Kerry Carpenter, he kind of killed the Twins a little bit in their couple of series they've had. Batting average is well over 300. He's looked a lot more confident against the Southpaws so far in 2024. I'll have him getting a 79. Potentially gold, but I'll keep it at 79 for now. I think they're going to want to see a bit more of a sample size against lefties to get him up to gold. Pablo Lopez, I'll say, is on 84.5 overall right now, with the key factor being how he pitches tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Not the toughest competition, but if he pitches well, I think he'll get diamond. He's only at 2,100, so while you're watching this video, keep an eye on game day on MLB and see what Pablo's doing. If he's pitching well, I think he'll probably get up to diamond. He's just very, very close, right on the edge right now. Kind of tough to tell. Jose Altuve, +2 to an 89 overall. It's weird, but he somehow became one of the more underrated hitters in baseball. He's been hitting for a ton of power the last couple of years. He's already gotten, I believe, 5 homers, and yeah, the batting average is back towards like 2015 Altuve years. He's hitting 350, and he's going to creep towards 90 plus, which there is definitely some investing to be done once players get into the 90 plus threshold, because they're at a lower chance to pull, which means they're at a higher price, a higher valuation. Also for the Astros, we're looking at Jeremy Pena. He's looked good this year. Of course, sophomore slump in 2023 after his postseason heroics in 2022. You'll say a 79 overall for now with a good chance to get gold long term. And then also, no shit. Ronel Blanco, he threw a no-hitter. Yeah, he's going to get an upgrade. For the Angels, Taylor Ward, he's hitting for some power right now, looking like 2022 Taylor Ward. A +2. A lot of 2. Shout out Matty V. We miss you. I really wish you were still in the game. He'll get up to gold, in my opinion. I like that investment. Only 300 stubs right now. Pretty much guaranteed stubs to be made. Also, for the Angels, we're looking at Reed Detmers, who might finally be breaking out. He might only be 24, but he's been around the block, just like Jenny. Good strides on his K stuff. A 204 opponent batting average. If he keeps limiting walks a little bit more, he'll get up to gold eventually. But I do like what he's doing right now. For the A's, Mason Miller. Of course, you knew we'd talk about him. He got the POTM card. And he's not only going to get attributes, he's going to get velo on his pitches. That fastball should be throwing about 105, not 98. You got that one wrong there, SDS. Mason Miller's been incredible. He'll get an upgrade. No hitters for Seattle, I don't foresee. But Logan Gilbert definitely due for a big upgrade. He's guaranteed to go gold, throwing like one of the top pitchers in the league. 82-83 with easy diamond potential because he already has that built-in BB9 being an 81. So if he keeps that up, he's on great track. Also, we're looking at his teammate Bryce Miller. +2 will give him mid-silver limiting hits, but he'll have to get more strikeouts if he wants to get towards gold eventually here. Move on to the Rangers, Adolis Garcia. It's time to respect him as what he is. One of the best hitters in all of Major League Baseball. He is so fucking good. It's hard to quantify. He was obviously great in the postseason last year, and that's carrying directly over to the regular season this year. A +3, 2-89, high average, high slug, about 5 homers for him. Really like what we've been seeing from Adolis Garcia so far this year. Let's move on to the Hot Atlanta Braves, where we're going to talk about Ozzie Albies. Of course, you know he hits lefties well, the 125 contact. He's hitting righties well. We always go through spurts within the year that he starts to hit righties a bit better, and is always a fun card to use in the game, of course. This is a switch hitter. He's 293, 195 ISO against righties. We'll say a +2 to an 87. Keep going up a little bit more. Chris Sale, when he's healthy, he's good. He's healthy, he's been good. We'll say a +2 to an 83 if he keeps it up. I definitely foresee Diamond in his future. We're talking about Marcell Ozuna. A lot of people don't want to talk about him. We will. He's, simply put, everything else aside, through about mid-season last year, been probably the best hitter in Major League Baseball. I mean, he hits for a great average. He hits for great power. I mean, he can't run. He can't field. But damn it, when you swing a stick like that, you don't really need to. We'll say he should get up to gold, but I doubt he will. He'll get up to a 79. That's just how I think it's going to happen. Darno, we'll put it like this. He's 6 for 11 against lefties with 4 homers and a double. He's going to be really good in BR, and he's going to not so much investing with the supercharge right now. Always kind of gets in the way, but definitely overall boost. No Marlins, unfortunately. For the Mets, pretty much every reliever, Reed, Garrett, Sarah J., Edwin Diaz could go up. I mean, the list goes on and on. Drew Smith, Brooks Raley, all really deserve upgrades. Not quite so many hitters right now, but that might change if JD Martinez comes back up and, you know, some of the guys there keep swinging hot bats. DJ Stewart, I suppose, could go up. For the Philadelphia Phillies, we're looking at Zach Wheeler. I think he could go 90 plus right here, which there's definitely stubs to be made, especially for the guys that go 90 plus early on in the year. I would think about investing, but at least I would not sell any Zach Wheeler shares you have. He's been so good, 38 Ks in 31 innings, a whip under 1, and an OBA at 181. That's really, really good numbers to this point. Also, Ranger Suarez, his teammate in the rotation, he should be getting up to gold. He's been very good. 33 innings at 9K per 9, about average, but a 161 opponent batting average is awesome. Really good shit. And then we'll talk about Alec Bohm, wherever he is. Did you know that Alec Bohm, if we can ever find him, has like a 1 WAR career? It might be -1 WAR. He's right around the bubble, yet he's been playing since 2020. But he could finally be on the up and up. It might be happening. He's hitting about 300 with the 400 on base, and he's crushing lefties. You gotta say he's gonna get gold right here. Attaboy, keep it up. For the Nationals, CJ Abrams has been crushing it. There's a few questions about longevity if you look at the deeper statistics as batted ball data, but the numbers right now say it all. He's hitting well. Say a 79 overall, a +3. A lot of stubs to be made, especially if you believe in him long term, that he could get up to diamond. Although the fielding at shortstop is very difficult to get high overalls at. So that's got to get upgraded. If you guys did not know, the fielding attributes typically only change like once a year. There's a one time in about mid-season around the All-Star break that they actually adjust speed in defensive ratings. I know, is lazy as shit, but that's how they do it. So you kind of got to bank on then for fielding upgrades, even if a guy's been good early on. Jesse Winker, speaking of being good, he's back, I think. A +3 we'll give him right here. He's giving righties nightmares. It's got a long neck, like a giraffe, or Candace from Phineas and Ferb. The Cubs, of course, have got some pitchers that have been doing great. Shota Imanaga, he finally gave up a run, but that tells you all you need to know. He's going gold for sure. 175 opponent batting average, barely allowing any walks. Got to keep it up. Seiya Suzuki, he's gonna get a +2. He did reach the IL a couple days ago. A mid-gold for now, but long-term diamond potential, absolutely. We're also looking at Mike Bush. Of course, got supercharged, got the team affinity card. He's been great. He was on the homer streak. He's going to get big boost versus righty splits into the 70+ threshold, and still a little bit off of silver, at least for the time being. Moving on to Cincinnati, where we got a couple. Spencer Steer, of course, got the POTM card, +3, hits a ton, but as you see, very reliant on offensive attributes. Long-term would kind of be tough for him to get up to a diamond sort of rating. That can't be said the same as Elly De La Cruz. He's got his shortcomings. He needs to cut the strikeouts. He needs to hit better against lefties. But he has 5 homers against righties to this point. We'll probably say a 79 for right now, be on the conservative end. But for Elly De La Cruz, who's always a more expensive card, there's probably still stubs to be made right there. So I would consider it. For the Brewers, we're looking at Bill Contreras. I think he could get diamond here. It's possible, but we'll say 82 to 84, a +2 overall. He needs a big boost on his versus righty splits to get there. And, well, he's hitting 351 at the 216 ISO with 4 homers, and he's hitting 364 against lefties. But it's guaranteed stubs. 1450, great buying, great investment. You'll get stubs right now with a chance to get even more, whether he goes diamond on Friday or 3 Fridays from now, whatever it may be. So I love that investment. Yelich, another batter, another guy that hit the IL. Tremendous start, 5 homers and just over 30 some at bats. They'll probably still give him a boost. He could even get gold for what it's worth, but we'll say 79. Without a doubt, one of the locks of all locks, Freddie Peralta. He's catapulting towards diamond. We'll say 83 for now. I mean, he's been so good. 33 strikeouts to just 4 walks. With a 169 opponent batting average, video game numbers. Definitely hold for diamond. Pirates, we got to talk about Jared Jones. He's been so good, and for a lot of people, seemingly out of nowhere. I don't think he'll get a silver because that's just so many overalls up to a 75 overall. But, I don't know, maybe a +6 or something. 39 strikeouts to 4 walks with a 187 opponent batting average. That's just crazy. Towards the top of Cy Young in the National League to this point. Definitely keep an eye on Jared Jones, but the market is pretty high on him at the moment. Sonny Gray, a potential heist at just 1790 for an 83. He's only pitched in 3 games, but those 3 games, 23 strikeouts to 1 walk in 17 innings. He could very well get diamond, but at the very least, you aren't really risking a whole lot investing in him right now because he's not super expensive. The market isn't really quite there yet on him, but I love that pick. For the D-backs, Ketel Marte is, again, one of the guys that I'll say is a lock, a guaranteed diamond. He's hitting 5 homers, 7 doubles. He needs 1 overall. Yeah, I think you can do that, Ketel. Not much to be made if he goes to 85, but I very well think he could get 86, even 87. So interesting little bet there. Speaking of bets, how about Mookie? 91 overall, probably like a 93, maybe even a 94. He's been the best player in baseball so far this year, and he's just going to get higher and higher in overall and in terms price too. Shohei is hitting about 350 right now. He also should be due for an upgrade, and again, with how good live series are, I think this will reflect on his price, and he'll start to get higher in price as well. So if you're looking for collections, maybe try and get it done now, sooner rather than later. Tyler Glasnow is a no-shit pick. He's been so good. He's been striking out everybody. He's just been dominating. He's actually 300 stubs to be made. It might not sound like a lot, but it's literally guaranteed stubs. I'll sell my left nut if he doesn't get up to diamond. I'm that confident. Will Smith also, I think, has a pretty damn good shot, but not... I won't put a testy on the line for this one. He's hitting 346, but not for as much power. His ISO's just a bit under... His ISO's just a bit over 100. I think you give him a shot, but at 2,200... there's a lot of sales to be made. So if you want to risk it for the biscuit, I definitely don't think it's a bad idea at all. For the Padres, Dylan Cease. He's back on his bullshit. He's given up a lot of walks, but he's been great at everything else. The Padres let go of Snell, and they brought in the right-handed Blake Snell and Dylan Cease. He's pitching well, but if he wants to get diamond, he is going to need to cut the walks. But he'll definitely get gold right here in the interim. For the Giants, we're looking at Patrick Bailey. He should be due for a nice buff. He's looking good, +2 to a 78. Michael Conforto, also been hitting well. Of course, got the POTM card. Looks back like it is prime in New York, +3. He's hitting for power. C for silver, and we'll go from there. Again, the fielding's going to kind of hinder him to get too high of overall. And we'll round things off with Jordan Hicks. A lot of players to talk about. Jordan Hicks been really good, but again, walks have been an issue. Although it hasn't really affected him too much. Kind of like Cease, kind of like Snell in years prior. You know, he's pitching to a good ERA, and everything else is sharp. He's just got to keep it up and limit the walks, and the overall is going to keep propelling up and up and up as we get update through update. But that's going to do it. That's a hell of a lot of players that are getting upgrades in this week's roster update. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like down below. I'm going to grab some water, and you guys have a great rest of your day.